Hello guys, welcome back. I'm your Chestnut Fairy and I'm very happy that you're here with me today. So, it's been a while again. I am very lazy with my cutting and editing of the videos, so it takes some time, but I will promise that there will be videos, so you just need to check sometimes. I will inform you on my Instagram and sometimes on my TikTok, so you will see that I will post something, but I don't have an upload schedule yet, just because I don't have the time for that. I'm also quite busy because I am working on a bigger project, so it will take some time. Anyways, today we will do another cosplay video. As I said, I prepared three cosplays for the Dokumi, so I had to do a lot of things I never did. And one of those things is chest armor. I really enjoy cosplayers with giant weapons and chest armor. Armor in general is so amazing and beautiful, and I'm always so impressed when I see a girl that has the sickest and most amazing cosplay ever. So I just decided that I wanted to make a chest armor for Arataki Itto. You know the character from Genshin Impact, and I really like the design. However, you see at his picture, the dude is extremely naked and I can't do that, and I won't do that because it's a weird feeling going around just covering your nipples. And also I think it's weird because it isn't just me. I just don't like it. I rarely wear a bikini or something, and going out like this, I think I would die out of shame and self-hate. So I decided that I will design another version of Arataki Itto and decided I will make chest armor because I want to make a female version so I can wear it as a female person. And this means I have to make my first chest piece. And you will see the whole progress in this video, so I hope you will enjoy this new journey. You need this plastic wrap that you got in your kitchen and steal from your parents, and you will wrap it around your body, which is quite easy. Just a tip for you, normally you can do it just in a sport bra, but this is YouTube, and also I don't want to show you my sport bras, so I just will do it in a more narrow sitting, how do you say, tight sitting top, in the top. You will do it in the top, the summer top, don't care. You may ask if you could use a dress form instead of wrapping it around your body and just make a pattern from paper. I won't recommend that, just because a dress form is never as accurate as your own body. I mean, I have a dress form that I can make into my size. However, everybody is very specific, and even when I use my dress form and make it into my size, I need to always change a little bit because a body is squishy and not made out of plastic, and also it just forms a little bit different than a plastic form. So don't do it with a plastic form. So after wrapping yourself in foil, you will need tape. Normally you use duct tape, however I am too lazy to go to the garage, and also my neighbors think I'm weird enough. I don't need to look like this and go outside and make it even worse. So for symmetrical pieces you will just need one side. So you use the tape and put it on. Here, don't make it too tight because you want to make it fit perfectly, and if it is too tight then it will be uncomfortable to wear. So that is just one tip, and you will see me after I covered myself in this kind of things. Also, don't do this when it's really hot because it is 30 degrees Celsius and I am sweating in plastic foil. I have different lighting on right now because it was hot to keep my blinds open, so sorry for the lighting. However, I kind of got everything I needed for this side, and the next thing you gotta do is draw your pattern onto your body. If you have a good cosplay friend, which I do, but she's quite busy, so sorry for that, I will do it myself. You will just grab a pen or edding and then paint your pattern on, which is quite easy for me because I will just go under my chest and then over my chest and then in the back. So that's all I'm gonna need. And then you will cut it out and then it is quite done. So that is all I'm gonna do. As I said, pattern making is very easy. If you don't have a dress form and want to make dresses, you can use this method and just paint onto your body, and you will have a lot of ways to make dresses and t-shirts and blouses. And just like with fabric, I used this pattern, cut it out, and then transformed it onto my EVA pieces. And as you see, these two parts will be the chest parts, and I glued them together. The problem is with EVA that when you glue it together it will be quite pointy, and I found a method to round out the edges so it will fit more into your chest. For this method you will need a heat gun, or in my case a hairdryer. I just think that a hairdryer is enough to just make the EVA a little bit softer. EVA is a form of plastic, so it will react to heat, and you will heat up the EVA pieces a lot and then put it into a bowl. Because the bowl is very round, it will take the shape of the bowl. And if you want to make it even more round, I recommend to use just another bowl that you will put on top those two parts and then press. And I also recommend doing this step multiple times just to make sure it will fit. And afterwards I glued every part together. I had 2 chest pieces, 2 back pieces and 1 main piece. And I also added some details with air drying clay and made some horns that I will later use as spikes. I then covered everything in Mod Podge, which will just make it easier to paint onto the bust. I then used black paint to give it a uniform color and use it as my base color, and I can later add more details and colors. It is easier to look if I miss the spot when I have a color, and black is just way easier because you can cover it up. And also it is so satisfying to see the colors coming together. So I just painted everything black and then I added purple to the bust, because when you see at his design, his shirt is purple, white and orange, and I just went with exactly these colors and started to use gold as a way to make it a little bit fancier. In my case it was a children safe gouache paint, but in my case I just thought this was the best one I found. I tried out colors from Faber-Castell and Malaysian gold and Himalaya gold and ancient gold, and it didn't quite make it as golden as this children color. I didn't know what is in it, but it is magical and I really like it. So I could recommend that. Use children colors. I don't know why they were so good, but they were amazing and I will use them a lot for other cosplays and even paintings. While I worked on this armor piece, I just thought about the cosplays I could also make when doing a chest piece, and I remembered my Noelle cosplay 2 years ago. Maybe some people also remember. She is a Geo character from Genshin Impact, so every character in Genshin Impact has a vision and a power, and in this case I just love Geo characters. Noelle and Itto are both Geo characters, but Noelle is kind of my favorite character just because she's very similar to me and I can understand her very well, so just like her a little bit more than Itto. But Itto has such a great design. I don't think I can represent him very well, except that I had a very great conversation with a Wenty that made me realize I could also be Itto, but nonetheless I think that Noelle quite suited me more when I was younger, so I just understood her more and it was way more fun to be her. So I will maybe use this chess piece as a practice for another Noelle cosplay, or I will just stick to making more female versions of characters that I like, or maybe just stop doing chess pieces and maybe we'll do more princess styles. There are so many ideas that I have, especially with the Barbie movie coming. I thought about sewing a Barbie dress because that also would be very cool, and I thought about the green dress from the Christmas Story because it is not such a classic but very good movie, and Barbie is kind of evil for the first time, and I don't know why, but it is very interesting, and also her dress is not as pink, and pink doesn't suit me. I have a lot of ideas. Maybe you can give me a tip. Which characters do you like? Which characters do you cosplay? And which character do you think would suit me and my face? Because I often think that cosplays need to match the face and energy of the character and person. So maybe it is just me and my very perfectionistic brain, but this is how I work with my characters that I do. As you see, it took a lot of time making this armor piece because the coloring process was very long. I think I used 3 layers of purple to make it, 2 layers of orange. The only thing that worked very easy was the gold, just because when you use black, gold pops out very brightly. So this was quite a pleasure to do, and I think it took around 4 hours to let everything paint dry, and then I just used a last coat of Mod Podge to just make everything stick together and also give it a shiny little gloss over the overall armor piece. After painting, it was time to do the back because it was an open back piece, so I decided to make a corset top out of it, and I used fake leather. I just want to say fake leather again because it is very important to me. Nothing was harmed while doing this thing. I just had a few pieces left because I did Arataki Itto once and I wanted to make his harness myself, but it didn't work out, so I had a lot of this piece of fabrics left, and I decided to make a corset bag with it using those pieces as strings, just because I think leather works very well with Itto. So I just cut out, I think, 8 or 10 pieces of leather strips and then glued them on. While I want to admit that I thought this was a very brilliant and amazing idea, in the end it wasn't, because it just heated up because I used hot glue with my heat gun, and this was not the best idea because a body heats up and so the glue heated up, and so it just got loose and I had to go to the front and to the cosplay repair station, I think 4 times, just to fix my bag, and people helped me very kindly there. However, it just didn't stick, so I can't recommend this method. However, if you are able, you can use a belt puncher and punch the holes in, and this will make it easier. However, I am way too incompetent to use a hole puncher, when I am honest. With the corset bag, I just wanted to stay in style with the character. He's kind of a messy dude who just does what he wants and also is too busy to fight, so I decided to make it more rustical looking, so it just looks like Itto improvised his chest piece, and I think this is very Itto-like. So even though it looked like it didn't work, it worked for the beginning. I think you really need to use a hole puncher. Anyways, I then started to paint the horns I made, or spikes, I am not sure. I think they can be seen as both. I used just white acrylic paint and I think 3 layers for every piece and painted them white, and later added a few details with gold and white and grey, and just to make them a little bit more realistic, as to speak, even though this isn't realistic at all. Anyways, I just painted and painted, and it was quite of annoying because paint got everywhere and also I had a lot of pieces to paint, very small pieces also, and I am not the person who loves the small things to paint, so it took a while. I then glued everything down with just contact cement, and I looked at the places, marked them, and then glued them down. Hold it for 3 seconds and then it fitted. I then used hot glue to make little circles around the area, painted them black and gold, and then the chest piece was finally done.
Itto's back in town. I think numero uno just went from nickname to reality. Boom!
As you see, my cosplay is finished, and it was quite a hard journey because I woke up in the morning at the Dokumi on Friday and I just put everything on, and it was so improvised, so I had a lot of stress because I realized the pants aren't fitting as I want them to fit, and my belt was also kind of weird because in the front there's a demon face and it always felt so I had to collect a demon face, and I'm quite astonished that it didn't break. It is so hard that it doesn't break, and I made it myself with self-drying clay, so I'm very impressed by the thing I did. And the problem with my with my chest piece is that I measured something incorrectly because I had a problem with it getting loose at the back of the corset, and it always was very close to open. And another thing is that I think it was too big for my chest, so it was quite weird because I did make it for my body, and so I just wonder how it changed, because I didn't change my chest size. So as you see, it's quite confusing and I don't understand now. But in general, I think I can be pretty proud of the first armor. I love to do cosplays myself, and doing this I am always reminded how wonderful creating things can be that you never created, and you also need to learn so many new skills. So I'm very happy with the new skills I learned, and maybe I will do another chest armor or stick to more female characters, we will see. But I still love to do sometimes more female warrior type of characters, so we will see how I will do in the future. Now the Dokumi is done since a few weeks. It was busy, it was stressful, but very enjoyable. I spent way too much money, but I have bought very, very pretty things. I wish I could show you. Oh, I can. I bought very beautiful earrings, another pair of earrings with cute little cakes, and I also bought a lot of jewelry and prints and also a blouse, so I was quite a material girl and it was quite expensive going on this convention. The good thing is I didn't have to spend anything on my tickets, so I could material girl very, very hard and had a very great day. Very great days, and I met very, very nice people. So they were great cosplayers, very nice people, and I even tried some food. I tried the boba tea, and I also bought a snack box, so material girling and meeting new people, so this was great. And also seeing all the cosplay friends. I didn't see everyone, which made me quite sad, but I didn't have the time. And I also, with my Itto cosplay, got asked from a professional photographer if he could take pictures, and this is the greatest compliment someone can give. So it was all in all a very great time. Also, the next video will be a thing that I wanted to show you, because the big project I had was making an art portfolio for my dream of becoming an art teacher or studying teaching in art, but I got rejected and it was my dream university, and I also got rejected from the other university, and I will post how this portfolio looked like, so you will probably can do it better and also see what I am planning to do. So stay tuned for that and see you soon. See you next time. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay magical. Your Chestnut Fairy.